Do you ever get confused? Do you frequently remember things that Wikipedia says never happened? Do you feel like you're losing your mind?
Where did I park my car? Oh, no.
Well, fear not. What you're experiencing is the Mandela effect. The Mandela effect is when, instead of blaming your feeble human brain for misremembering something, you blame the entire universe for changing that thing while you weren't looking. The effect gets its name from a movie that many people remember coming out in the 90s called Kazam, in which Nellie Mandeli plays a genie named Shaquille O'Neal. This movie doesn't exist in this universe, but it does in a parallel one that occasionally leaks into our own reality. That may sound absurd, but how else do you explain why I vividly remember Flubber being a wacky children's movie when it's actually one of the greatest cinematic visions of our time? Flubber, written by Oscar Award winners John Hughes and Bill Walsh, combines the bleak socioeconomic critiques of Mary Poppins with the haunting nihilism of The Breakfast Club.
I don't even count, right? I could disappear forever and it wouldn't make any difference.
I remember Flubber showing at least 30 minutes of various objects and people ricocheting around like a pinball machine falling down a staircase. But when I rewatched the film, I was shocked to find that there wasn't a single instance of slapstick comedy in it. Instead, I found a movie about a tortured scientist with early onset dementia whose actions are morally ambiguous at best and horrifying at worst.
Hello, Phil. What are you working on? Can't remember?
The nameless professor, played by Robin Williams, works for a local mob boss making chemical weapons in order to pay for his medical bills. Why don't I remember this?
Somebody in your organization screwed up big time.
Anyway, he accidentally creates a sentient green life form by the name of Flubber. And what does he decide to do with this intelligent substance? Well, bombard it with radiation and burn it for fuel, of course. I also had no recollection of the very sexual relationship between the professor and his robot companion Weibo. And that's a thing. That's definitely a thing that happens in this film. Why is that a thing that happens in this film?
You're the one for me, Weibo. Just the two of us.
Sorry. Anyway, Robin Williams tries to hide his discovery of Flubber from the mob boss because he wants to sell to a Russian contact played by Tony Award winner Marcia Harden. Unfortunately, their meeting is cut short.
Halt! Dr. Reynolds, Professor, it's a pleasure to finally meet you.
He gives them an ultimatum. Sell Flubber or their lives are forfeit. Look, I'm positive the Mandela effect is a thing because I do not remember Flubber getting this intense. The mob boss then tells Robin Williams to look in the basement before making his decision. And what does he find in the basement? His murdered robot girlfriend. That's who. To be very clear, I do not remember crying when I watched Flubber as a child. Now, all I can do is cry. I wept so much that I vomited by the third act of this film.
What happens to the soul of a machine, Sarah?
Sensing no way out, Robin Williams goes to the boss's house. I mean, I remember Flubber having a happy ending. There was like a marriage and happy music, and definitely not this.
It just takes a few simple precautions.
Oh. It's a,
Let him have it.
And what makes this ending infinitely sadder is that they actually killed the real Robin Williams for the emotional effect. Anyway, Flubber. 5 out of 10, not enough basketball.